what if you could create something so profound, so absolutely groundbreaking that it would make the creator of everything stop in their tracks and just go, oh my God. Well, that's the wild claim at the very heart of this poetic work by the artist D. Reginald Mega 2 Raw Wells Sr. And today, we're going to unpack the worldview behind what might be one of the boldest artistic statements I've ever come across. And there it is, right out of the gate. That's his central claim. It's a lot, right? Super audacious, totally provocative. But here's the thing. This isn't about disrespect. It's really a statement about the incredible power of human creation. It's this idea that you, a human being, could make something so true, so real, so impactful, that the original source of everything would just be, well, left in awe. Okay, so what does that actually mean? To make God say, oh my God? I mean, is it just a clever line? Nope. For this artist, it's the absolute key. It unlocks this incredibly deep critique of our society and a vision for a kind of higher consciousness. To really get it, we've got to step inside his world.
So before we can understand the destination, that big claim, we have to look at the journey he's on. We need to see the bigger picture he's trying to paint for us.
First thing you need to know is something he calls the megaverse. Now, this is not just, a collection of songs or an album. He sees it as an entire dimension, a place filled with infinite gifts. It's where he's inviting his audience to connect with him on a much deeper, poetic level. It's all about understanding the meaning behind the words, not just the words themselves. And the whole point of the megaverse, its ultimate goal, is to paint the bigger picture. And again, this isn't about ego, it's not about bragging, it's about using art like a lens, to show us a larger and often hidden truth about the world we're all living in.
And get this, the stakes here could not be higher. He's not just making music to entertain people. In his own words, he is betting his life on this mission. And the goal? It's nothing less than to wake the entire world up from this deep, deep sleep. But, a sleep from what exactly?
Well, that question brings us to the first part of the problem as he sees it, a culture that he says is being poisoned right from the inside out. So just look at the contrast he paints here. It's pretty stark. On one side, you have his vision, art that's got authentic messages, real spiritual links, and this coded wisdom that can help you hack life. But on the other side, that's what he calls the poison. It's a culture of, in his words, plastic rappers and plastic video vixens, this whole monkey see, monkey do mentality, where every artist just sounds just like Bro. Zero originality. And here's his diagnosis, straight from the source. He sees a culture that's just drunk on superficial imagery and what he calls suspect ego ninjas. People who've completely lost their connection to anything real. And that is the sickness he believes his art is here to cure. But, okay, the problem goes way deeper than just culture. The artist argues that this cultural poison, it's just a symptom of a much larger, way more insidious system. One that's designed to trick you, to trap you. He has a name for it, the systematic okey-doke. So what is the okey-doke? Well, think of it as the ultimate trick, the ultimate deception. It's a whole societal structure that's designed to keep people confused, to keep them trapped, not just physically, but mentally, in their own minds, so they can never see the full picture of what's really going on.
And that whole idea, it forces us to ask a really fundamental question, one that totally challenges our assumptions. Where is the real trap?
And his answer might surprise you. You might think the obvious trap is, the slums, a physical location. But he says the hidden trap, the one that's way more dangerous, it's systemic. It's your local CVS, the pharmacy on the corner. That represents a dependency that's been engineered by society. See, the trap isn't just a place. It's a state of mind. And he actually breaks down exactly how this whole cycle works. Step 1. The system strategically builds projects, filling them with what he calls brainwash ninjas. Step 2. It creates confusion, turning women against black men to create division. Step 3. It offers up government assistance, but not as real help. No, it's a tool for control, for dependency. And the final step? All of this locks in these generational curses, making sure they're never, ever broken. And this is what he has to say about the mindset that sees government assistance as some kind of privilege instead of something that's owed for their ancestors' role in building the entire country. He calls it the biggest case of bamboozled I ever seen. A total master-level deception. Okay, so we've heard the diagnosis, right? These deep cultural and systemic problems. So, what's the cure? What's the antidote? For him, the solution is all rooted in his art, his philosophy, and that mission to wake everybody up. And this brings us right back to where we started. All these different pieces, the critique of the culture, pulling the curtain back on the okey doke, this is the foundation for that huge claim. He believes he can make God say, "Oh my God," precisely because he is dedicated to showing the full, raw, unfiltered truth of our reality. You see, he views himself as operating on a whole other level of consciousness. He sees everything mentally, not just with his physical eyes. He even says he has two third eyes, which gives him this incredible insight. And that's why his art isn't just about rhyming. He truly believes it's coded with victories, that it holds the cure and antidote to this sick society. He grounds his whole philosophy in what he sees as a fundamental cosmic truth, a statement like, every color is derived from black. Now, that's not just about race. It's a metaphysical claim about the very nature of reality, of light, of creation itself. It's just one more piece of that bigger picture he's painting for us. Ultimately, he sees his art as a form of journalism, but one that's way more powerful and truthful than even the biggest news networks out there. I mean, he says CNN can't even compare. He's not just reporting on what happened, he believes he's revealing the hidden mechanics of reality in a way that literally no one else can. And in the end, he leaves us with this final challenge. It's not a statement, it's a question, right from the poem itself. And it's aimed at him, but it's also aimed at us, the listener. It just perfectly captures the awe, the mystery of it all, the creative process, this incredible vision he's just laid out for us. And yeah, it really does leave you wondering, how does a mind like that do what it does?